What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the show. This is your host, Tallie Spencer, for Hot Freestyle's Chop Up series. And today we are chopping it up with Mulatto, aka Big Lotto.
Hey,
What's
up? What's up?
Hey, girl. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We're really excited to have you. First and foremost, I just want to say congratulations on an amazing 2020 and successful year. You've done a lot. You did a lot last year, including, Queen of the South, major label debut, and then being on the XXL freshman list. You did a lot, girl.
Yes, thank you. 2020 was definitely full of accomplishments.
And 2021, I'm sure, will be filled with even more.
Yeah.
We're going to manifest it, speak it into existence. And, with things that you've been putting out already, like you on people's songs, you putting out music videos, like you already working.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I feel like I had to go hard for 2020, and then it just set up 2021 for even more success. So it's going to be bigger.
Absolutely. And given the fact that, we're still in quarantine in 2021, do you feel like it's helped you at all in terms of staying focused and being able to really focus on the music?
Yeah, definitely. Like in the beginning, when it was like super locked down, it kind of forced me to like get creative as far as like staying relevant and still being able to shoot videos and still promote my project, because I dropped Queen of the South in a pandemic, you know what I'm saying? So still get creative and still trying to find just inspiration to even create music, and then ways to promote the music and get it out there during the pandemic. So yeah.
Right. Exactly. Like to be able to be somebody who came out on top during the pandemic and still have those list of accomplishments is really impressive. And given the success of Queen of the South, I feel like that really puts you on people's radars. Reflecting back on it, what's something that you feel like you took away from 2020 and that year as a whole, making it into a different realm with your music career?
I would say just flexibility. Like the pandemic obviously made everything just a little bit harder. So I just learned to be flexible. You just got to be prepared for whatever's thrown at you, and you can't use that as an excuse to like, or just period. Just can't use it as an excuse. You got to like just be flexible and work through the obstacle thrown at you last minute or whatever. You just got to be ready.
Right. Being ready, staying flexible, because like we experienced in 2020, you never know what's going to happen. And just the way that the internet works, like it's crazy, girl. So that's one thing I feel like I take away too. And another thing, another accomplishment, I didn't know this about you, but you're the first female rapper from Atlanta to go gold.
Yeah.
Like, that's amazing.
That 2020 was just crazy, but that was like, I would say one of my biggest accomplishments of 2020, just because that's forever. You know what I'm saying? I will forever be the first female rapper from Atlanta, first solo female rapper from Atlanta to go gold. So that's history.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I know I've seen in other interviews, you've wanted to become a rapper ever since you were 10 years old. You knew from the start what you wanted to do. So I'm curious to know, like, what would you tell your 10-year-old self if you could, give a word of advice or even just a message? What would you tell your 10-year-old self?
Probably just be patient. I think a lot of times, especially maybe me being so young, there was a lot of times where I just wanted to give up because I felt like it wasn't happening fast enough, or I felt like, why is she making it and I'm not, or this person passing me and they shouldn't be passing me, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I would just tell myself to be patient, because, timing is everything and it's all a part of God's plan. So it's like, you can't rush the process, can't rush greatness. So maybe I say maybe because I was younger, maybe, I don't know. I just feel like I got discouraged more than I should have, especially knowing like how it would turn out now. Anyways, it's like, girl, relax, because it's gonna happen.
No, absolutely. I think timing, like you said, everything happens the way it's supposed to for a reason, especially within these last couple of years where we've seen more women in the industry on the rise. Like I feel like this is the peak for women right now in terms of like rap and hip hop and them being such a prominent presence, you know, you're in that category. You're in that group of women who's really like killing this rap shit. So, you know, how does it feel to be a part of that movement and, you know, be one of the ladies who's really in the industry, like taking over?
Yeah, I would say that just goes back to like how I was saying, like the timing and you not being able to rush stuff, because it's like I always say I wouldn't have chose no other time to be like popping off and like getting my foot through the door, because right now it's like a part of a way bigger movement, not just like music. I feel like women as a whole, we're just being like spotlight on us right now. Like it's just a women empowerment, like whole movement right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like if I would have rushed it back then, I wouldn't have been a part of this movement now. So it's just like you just gotta be patient. But yeah, real good to be a part of the movement, because I feel like it's deeper than music. Like little girls and just across the world just being more independent and just seeing like we can do whatever we put our mind to, you know what I'm saying? It's just like it's deeper than music right now. So
no, absolutely. But, you know, props to you for seeing it that way and being a part of it and like holding yourself to this standard of releasing music that's really just empowering and like encourages women to be bosses and independent. Like we don't need no man.
period. Unapologetic us.
Period. Yep. Unapologetically. I feel like that's a new era that we haven't seen before. And it's really like something that's coming out right now. But, you know, speaking on that topic of being a woman in the industry, let's talk about some of the things that come with that as far as challenges, because, you know, especially with rap and hip hop, there are certain things that being in this industry, it comes with just being a woman in general, but then being a Black woman on top of that. So as far as challenges, are there anything that you've experienced, you know, just being a woman and rapping about the things you talk about?
Girls, it's endless. Like anytime you work with a male or a scene with a male, it's they fucking or they on the blogs, because now, you know, they go together or whatever. They always pinning us with somebody, or us being under the microscope 10 times harder than a male artist. Like a male artist can do something, but then when a female artist does it, it's like, for instance, like the vulgar lyrics, like males have rapping about their sexuality and just like, you know, them. But when women do it, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's like, so we just got to go 10 times harder as women, and that doesn't change in the music industry. Like still we got to go 10 times harder to prove ourselves. Like I bet you, like if a male rapper said a line, like literally give us the same lyric, and a male rapper said, and then we said, but just like flip the gender role, the internet gonna go in a frenzy when the woman says it. But
Absolutely.
like get a experiment on that, I'm telling you the result.
Man, we don't even need an experiment. That's something that we see in music every day, especially in rap and hip hop music. And, you know, one of the most recent examples being the topic of colorism. You know, if a Black man is talking about his preference for a certain kind of woman, and a woman goes and says the same thing, like, okay, let's just get right into it. You know, the DaniLeigh situation with her talking about, you know, yellow bone, that's what he want. But then a man going into a song saying, you know, I like light skin, yellow, you know? So those are conversations and those are things that men get away with a lot more frequently, I feel like.
Right. I feel like it's not wrong to hold females accountable, but if that's the case, then we need to hold all counterparts accountable, not just, you know, the woman. But it's nothing, like I said, it's nothing that we're not used to. That's women in any work field, not just music. You know what I'm saying? We always got to go 10 times harder, but.
Right, absolutely. And so, I mean, with that recent situation, there's been a lot of backlash, a lot of topics on the internet with people, you know, bringing up the issue of colorism again. And we have this conversation every year, but it's a shame we still are having it in 2021 because, you know, there's a lot of things that are not being understood and not completely transparent. So, I mean, do you feel as though the conversation about colorism that, I mean, like the backlash that Danny received, do you feel like it was like rightfully placed, or what's your thoughts on that?
I would say I see both sides, because me being an artist, I see how our intentions can get flipped, because I genuinely believe her intentions was not to offend anyone or to like up one skin color and put down another skin color. You know what I'm saying? I feel like her intentions wasn't that. But however, I know you just got to be more careful like this because it is such a sensitive subject. So like, yeah, that might not have been your intentions, but the apology and stuff is still needed because of just knowing the sensitivity of the subject matter right now with you know, Black Lives Matter movement and colorism and police brutality and just the state of the world right now. I feel like everything's just at an all-time high. So you just got to be more careful, I would say.
Right.
But I do think her intentions wasn't to offend anyone.
Right.
But, you know.
Absolutely. I think, you know, a lot of things can get conveyed a certain way. And like you said, you know, that it's a very sensitive topic right now. But I think ultimately people kind of wanted her to acknowledge her privilege and the situation in terms of like her saying what she said and not realizing the implications of what it really meant. You know, but she didn't think twice.
Right. And I think too, as artists, sometimes we just get so defensive and we don't listen because that I did agree with because I think she said something like, I'm just bigging up my skin color. I hear songs about other skin colors all the time, but it's like, it's more, you know, the other skin colors are like speaking for themselves in situations where they're not spoken for, like in the typical, you know, male rapper song, oh, red bone, yellow bone, this, da 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 da. They like being like, oh yeah, us too. It's like we got enough songs about being light skinned and da da da. That's what he want. You know what I'm saying?
That, and it's just, you know, white supremacy as a whole, like that, it doesn't necessarily need to be glorified because it's glorified in everyday life without it being in a song or not. And I think, you know, that's the point that people were trying to make, like brown skin girl, those are not necessarily like things that are always talked about or always uplifted, especially in just a regular everyday life. So I do see the frustration and I completely, you know, understand why people were upset.
Yeah, I think it's just like being able to listen to each other and hear each other out, because at the same time, like where they just shutting her out, it's like if you listen to her, I feel like you will understand her intentions wasn't that, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, she got to listen to the world too. Like, you know your intentions, but this is a bunch of strangers who only know you through the internet. So you got to give them slack just as like they got to give you slack.
Right. And I know you've experienced your fair share of, you know, people coming for you and accusing you of colorism as well, just with your name being Mulatto. And you even had said in other interviews that you were contemplating changing it because of that, you know? So is that still something that you're considering?
Oh yeah, definitely. I was saying that's one of the situations where I'm saying you gotta, like, you know, you might know your intentions, but these are strangers who don't know you, never even met you in person. So it's like you got to hear each other out. And if you know those aren't your intentions and that's how it's being perceived, it's like, why not, you know, make a change or alter it, whatever the problem is at hand. Like for me, it was the name or whatever. So now I'm like, okay, my intentions was to never like glorify being mulatto. So if that's how it's being perceived, people think like, oh, I'm saying, oh, I'm better because I'm mulatto, or my personality trait is mulatto. Like, I think that's how they're taking it. So if that's not my intentions, then I need to change the matter at hand, which is the name change or whatever. So that is happening.
Okay.
But a big reveal, I feel like that's not just something where it's like, oh, I changed my @ name on Twitter, I changed my @ name on Instagram, and boom, name change. Like, I feel like it's something that needs to be a bigger production. Like, I need to be able to speak on it and people hear me out, and like basically like how I'm doing now, so they can hear me, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to do it deeper than just like make a tweet like, oh, I'm changing my name to da da da, end of story. I feel like that's not sensitive enough to the subject matter.
Right. And I love that you're expanding on that. You know, I love that you are able to talk about that openly and understand that it does have like controversial meanings behind it, and that you're even considering that. That shows that you're really in tune with your audience, and you know, like you don't want, you know, that association.
Right. Say read the room.
Right, read the room. No, I love it. So are there any ideas as to what your name change might be? Have you thought about it?
Yeah, I do know what I want it to be. I do know what I want it to be, and I know how I want to do it. But like I said, it's just got to be. I think it's deeper than just a tweet or like changing the ad name. So, what I want to do and what I want to change it to will be like bigger than just like a tweet.
Okay. Would you ever consider doing like your real name or anything related to your real name at all?
Nah, definitely not. People when they were saying that just sound crazy, like security reasons and stuff like that ain't even a healthy decision with times like our generation so tech savvy and stuff. They done been, now your name this, and they done been locked into your security, social security and address and all type of stuff. Like hell nah, definitely not gonna be my real name. Gonna be though. Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited. To hear what it is. Have any fans guessed what it is? Like, have you seen it online anywhere?
Yeah, definitely. And this is why I want to talk about it too. Like I want it to be deeper than just a tweet, because I think people need to understand too. Like me, I don't want any cookies for this, but just to like hearing each other out, like me hearing the world out, the world hearing me out. I want them to also understand like a name change at this level in your career is a big decision. Like freaking investors, labels, everything is been riding on this name, you know what I'm saying? So it is a big decision. I want people to, because everybody don't know about the music industry, so they might not even understand how big of a decision that is, you know what I'm saying? So
right,
just educate them on like how far of a leap that is to take at this level in your career to change your name.
And it takes time too, honestly. It's
right,
like you said, it's a whole production, like with your past albums and everything being linked to your names. It's a lot.
Yes, and that too. That's why I feel like it's just way deeper than a tweet. Because I've seen people saying, "Oh, you said you was changing your name in December. Why it's not done yet?" And it's like, baby, it ain't even been a month. Like,
man,
like what it takes and how much of a decision that is, and how many people have a say so in that decision. You know what I'm saying? It's not like me being like, "Oh, I want to do this," and then it's just done the next day. Like, no.
Right. Well, I mean, that's dope to hear that you're planning on doing it, and that it's in the works. So I'm excited to hear what your new name is gonna be. Do you think that's gonna happen in 2021?
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna be 2021, and it'll be like with any like new project or anything that I decide to do in 2021. I feel like it's not gonna be done until this is solidified. So
okay.
2021.
Okay, so are you saying that you're not going to release any new music under Mulatto until your new name is solidified then?
Yeah, no, I just feel like if that's something that I want to do, then do it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everything is contingent on the name change right now.
Yeah. Okay. So it may happen sooner than we think then. Cool. Speaking of, upcoming projects in 2021, let us know what we should be on the radar or on the lookout for from you this year. What projects are you working on that we can expect?
Yes, so I got I'm definitely dropping a project this year. I want to drop multiple projects this year, so I'm gonna be locking myself in the studio for that. I'm expanding outside of music, so I got like brand partnerships with clothes and hair, like all that stuff coming. And then I got acting. I just shot a movie last week. I was
a movie?
Yeah.
Your acting bag now, okay.
Yeah. So I got a little role in a movie, just starting small, and then like acting coaches and all that is being added to the team. So expanding outside of music this year.
Wow, that's super exciting. I'm really happy for you.
Thank you. I'm so excited. But me, I'm such a perfectionist. I'm like, if I'm gonna do it, I gotta do it right. So I don't want to just jump into a whole new field blindsided. So I got acting coaches and stuff first, because baby, if I'm gonna do it, it got to be the best of the best.
No, I feel you. That's dope though. I feel like, you're in a position right now to really be doing anything that you want and exploring different avenues of entertainment. Like, you're an entertainer at the end of the day. You're not only tied to music. So as a creative, as somebody who can explore different things, I'm glad you're taking advantage of those opportunities.
Definitely. And I feel like that's just like setting yourself up for longevity because shoot, at the rate this music shit going, they be tuned in for only so long. Like you got once you on, you gotta your time start ticking. You know what I'm saying? I don't wanna rap forever, so just setting myself up for longevity, I definitely wanna go ahead and start expanding outside of music now. Wait for what?
Exactly, exactly. And you said it too, like the way the music industry goes is in one day, is trendy one day, and then it's not the next day. So it's
Yep.
like you said this in another interview, but it's like people are always going to want to take your spot, and you know, the
Yep.
one time you slip up or you're just not doing nothing, another person
Now
can come right in.
yep. It's
Mm-hmm.
another music is so accessible now. Like it used to back in the day, it's like everybody couldn't get studio time. It wasn't that many people that even knew how to engineer or produce. You know what I'm saying? Now it's just so accessible. Like as soon as you take a vacation, somebody done popped up and took your spot. You know what I'm saying? So
Right, right, absolutely. And with you being at the height, I'm not gonna say the peak, but like a high point in your career right now, I know you're more aware than that than everything because you've been working for this for years and like
yeah,
seeing now how people are reacting to you and your music, your fan base is growing every day. So it's like, oh,
every day.
yeah, but I love it. And speaking of, 2021 and what's coming next for you, I know you mentioned that Nicki Minaj was a dream collab for you.
Yeah,
You think that's something that will happen this year?
I hope.
Have you guys
I don't
talked
know.
at all? Have you guys been in communication? Any team?
No, I want it to be like organic. Like I know soon as she had tweeted about me, like people on my team, they was like, oh, we gotta do this, we need her on this, we're gonna send her this. And I'm like, no. Cause this is genuinely like a real inspiration for me. Like this is one of the reasons why I rap. So I never want to come off as like I'm looking for something out of the love I show her. I don't want nothing in return. Like if I never get a feature from her, I would you know what I'm saying? I would accept that because I want her to know that I genuinely appreciate her and I look to her first before I even ask about a feature or anything like that. I want it to
Right.
happen or if it do happen.
Right, organically. I feel that. I feel that that's just like with anything in this industry, like with fans coming to you organically and just
Yeah.
people being put onto you. I just feel like, how are you kind of like adjusting to fame in that sense? Like,
Yeah.
is it crazy? Like
It's crazy because it's like I've been rapping since I was 8 years old. Then I did the rap game at 16. Then everything just started taking off from there. But I've always been like somewhat in the limelight. Like even before the rap game, like when I was doing shows in the city and stuff like where I'm from, I was already like locally known. So I've never was like um regular quote unquote, but now it's a different type of limelight. It's like I can't even go nowhere without one person, at least one person knowing who I am. You know,
right.
it even though I've always been somewhat in the limelight, it's different now. So it's
It's
like,
like a whole new level.
yeah, it's a whole new level. And then it just happens so quick. Like this level just happens so quick. It's like I'm still adjusting to it for sure.
No, I'm sure. So with that being said, because things happen so fast, is it like a same friends, same family kind of situation to where, you keep a close circle or, when more people come into your life, as you naturally meet more and more people, are you kind of like open to new friendships or, what is that
Yeah.
like?
I would say a mixture of both because I never want to like let my trust issues or people that have crossed me or just like reveal themselves within this new chapter steer me away from building new relationships or like opening being open enough to like let new people in on the team and stuff because I don't know, I feel like loyalty isn't a time thing. It's just shown when it's shown. It's not like a time thing because I've cut off friends that I went to elementary school with for
Mm-hmm.
for another person that I just met this year to show me way more loyalty than that person that I've been known. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, yeah, I've cut a lot of people off or whatever that I've been known and think like your circle is tight knit or whatever. But everybody in that tight knit circle don't have to be somebody you've been known because you can meet somebody today that's just like loyal as ever.
Right, right. That's absolutely true. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes with loyalty, it's not about who you know the longest. It's about who proves
Yeah,
themselves, who earns their spot, in your
yeah,
life and proves their loyalty right up
yeah,
front.
definitely. I'm a big advocate for that because I've seen it all.
Man, I'm sure. I feel like even just on a normal basis, it's like people that you feel like you could trust and they
Yep.
do something and it's like, all right, like loyalty. We have different definitions of loyalty, I guess.
Oh yeah, definitely. People. Oh yeah, people definitely got different definitions of loyalty. Yes.
Man, I'm sure you've learned a lot of lessons then within, this quick rise and this quick success that you've had. Well, I won't say quick because you've been working for this, but with things coming so quickly, right?
Yeah.
Then it's
Yeah.
just been a lot to take in, I'm sure.
And every time I've seen it all, I know it all. Something new pops up. So it's like it's gonna be never ending.
Right. That's life, girl. But at the end of the day, like you have your morals, who you are as a person, you have your goals that you want to reach, and that's all you can focus on. That's all you can control. So, I commend you for handling things the way that you've handled them, and really adjusting to this new life in like a very classy and proper way, to be honest.
Thank, thank
Yeah.
you. I'm still learning, but I'm trying.
You're you at the end of the day. And that's what people like about you is like you're genuine. So I could tell just off this conversation.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm wishing you nothing but the best for 2021 and beyond. And we got to catch up again soon whenever you got your name changed and the new music drops.
Yes, thank you, and it will be soon. So we definitely gonna tap back in.
Ooh, I can't wait. I can't wait. All right, girl. Well, hope you have a great rest of your week and we'll talk again soon.
All right, thank you.